The President of India will be on a 3-day state visit to New Zealand between 7th to 9th August on the invitation of Governor-General of New Zealand. Now, this is the second presidential visit to the island nation in the last 1 decade. Ahead of the visit, DD India correspondent Bendu Mondal spoke to the Indian High Commissioner to New Zealand, Neeta Bhushan, to find out what all is expected out of this visit and how this visit is going to further strengthen the bilateral relationship between the two countries. Let's listen in.
The President of India will be on a 3-day visit to New Zealand, a beautiful country with beautiful landscape. She will be here in Wellington as well as in Auckland for the next 3 days. She arrives on the 7th and she will be here till the 9th. I'm also joined here by the High Commissioner of India to New Zealand, Ms. Neeta Bhushan. Welcome to Doordarshan, ma'am. What does the President's schedule in New Zealand look like over the next 3 days?
Namaste to all your viewers. The President's visit is a state visit, so all elements of a state visit are included in this. The highlight, of course, is the welcome ceremony at the Government House and the bilateral meeting with Governor General Right Honourable Dame Cindy Kiro, and of course the Prime Minister of New Zealand and the Foreign Minister, who is also the Deputy Prime Minister, Mr. Winston Peters, would be calling on her. She is also scheduled to participate in an education conference, and there are some elements of the program with the Diaspora, a community event. So these are the broad elements of the program at the moment.
Well, also, ma'am, India and New Zealand have been known to be sharing a very cordial relationship in terms of trade, economy, bilateral ties, as well as in terms of culture. Given the fact that this is a presidential visit almost, in fact, a second visit almost in a decade, the last one was in 2016, how do you think it is further going to strengthen the ties between both the countries?
Yes, I think this visit is going to be a milestone one because this is only the second visit by President of India to New Zealand. Like you mentioned, the first visit was in 2016. So the Governor General, has been very keen to invite her, and right from the day I presented my credentials to her, she was very enthusiastic about inviting the Honorable President of India, and she feels that there are lots of commonalities between both of them, and also there are a lot of synergies in our partnerships. If you see the India-New Zealand relationship, over the last 2 years or so, there have been a plethora of activities. Large number of exchanges have taken place. The Honorable External Affairs Minister paid a visit in October 2022, followed by visits of their Foreign Minister last year, and again earlier this year in March, the Deputy Prime Minister and Foreign Minister Mr. Winston Peters travelled to India. In addition, a number of official and business delegations have travelled to each other's countries. So we see a lot of exchanges happening at the highest levels and at various levels, which indicates that both our countries are very committed to enhancing cooperation and collaboration in various sectors.
Also, ma'am, you mentioned about the meeting with the Prime Minister of New Zealand as well as the Governor General. What all are expected in these meetings? Are there any exchanges that are going to happen? Are there any memorandums that are going to be exchanged between both the countries? Any information on that as of now?
We are working on a few, deliverables, and you will come to know once the visit starts. We'll be able to share some more information, but a wide range of subjects are likely to be discussed, which will definitely strengthen our ongoing relationship even further.
Right, of course. And also, ma'am, coming to the Indian diaspora, New Zealand has about 300,000 Indian people of Indian origin, in fact, living in New Zealand. What do you think would this visit perhaps do in order to strengthen the people-to-people connect with both the countries?
Absolutely. I think the Indian diaspora is extremely excited to welcome Honorable President to New Zealand. We are planning to have a community event and where Honorable President will interact with the diaspora members. As you know, any dignitary coming from India is very well received here in New Zealand. The diaspora is, of course, they have adopted the New Zealand way of life, but very committed to the Indian, values and ethos, I would say. And as I said, I have been traveling to various cities, and everywhere people have been asking me when is the next, such a high-level visit. So I would say the community members are extremely engaged with India. One sees a lot of travel between India and New Zealand. They have been, contributing in various spheres, whatever they are doing, whether it's in the universities or in business. I see a lot of enthusiasm among the people to do more with India, to bring our two countries closer, and diaspora has a very important and useful role to play in this manner. And I think that the diaspora linkages are very strong already, and they will definitely be further strengthened by the visit.
Well, of course, ma'am, in every country I have seen that the Indian diaspora always is very excited to welcome their own leader. But having said this, ma'am, of course, there's a community event that is planned, I'm given to understand, in Auckland. The president is going to attend that. How excited is the Indian community there, and what is lined up for the president as well as for the Indian community of Auckland?
Yes, actually we tried to take the biggest hall that was available in Auckland for the community event, and but we are still falling short. In the hall can only take so many people, and my colleagues and myself, we are inundated with WhatsApp messages and emails asking for more people to be included. We are doing our best to accommodate as many people as possible. We have a short cultural program as well, which is being performed by children of our diaspora members. So that also will showcase how well our members have preserved the Indian culture and heritage. And then we have an address, of course, by the Honorable President, for which everyone is waiting patiently, and that is going to be the main highlight, I would say.
Ma'am, but I'll take this liberty to ask you a last question, perhaps. What are the key takeaways that you think, because you've been in New Zealand for quite some time, that the President of India could perhaps take back when she goes back to India? What are some of the key elements of New Zealand?
I would say that, the fact that our Honorable President is visiting, she will get a feel of this region. I understand that maybe this is her first visit to Oceania region, and this region is very special. It may be far away geographically, but there is a lot of connect with India. We are both democracies, our values are the same, we follow rule of law, and lots of things are very similar in the sense our love for cricket. So that is very common. Love for sports in general, including hockey and mountaineering. Sir Edmund Hillary is a household name in India, and a New Zealand cricketer Sachin Ravindran is also very, very popular in India as well. So there are so many things which are common between our countries. And I hope that this, is something that can be taken away by the dignitaries and by the official members. They will understand that we may be far away, but not that far in terms of our minds.
Well, of course, very well put, ma'am. With this note, this was Ms. Neetu Bhushan, the High Commissioner of India to New Zealand, speaking to Doordarshan on the upcoming presidential visit of India to New Zealand. Thank you so much, ma'am, once again for speaking to us. This is Dibyendu Mondal from New Zealand in Wellington with my camera person Rajesh Ricky for TD India.